Yes, guys, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. It's a beautiful Sunday. Cossy here, greeting you on such a wonderful Sunday. Look, it's lockdown. We have a lockdown, so I can't go to church. And look, it's not the only option. It's not the only excuse. But beautiful Sunday, and I'm back with our Arsenal transfer update and Arsenal news. So we're gonna discuss a lot in this video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. It really means a lot whenever you tune in when I do upload. Now we're gonna speak about Eduardo Camavinga, who is edging closer to an Arsenal deal, according to reports, and he is the priority, not Yves Bissouma. So Fabrizio told us Arsenal were looking for someone with a better skill set, and that person has been revealed as Eduardo Camavinga. So we're going to speak about that and more, but we're also going to speak about the Arsenal rebuild that is changing, and reports are saying, the Kroenkes are saying, for us to give you money, for us to invest, you have to turn players into valuable assets. What does that mean? That and more is coming up on the show. Make sure you smash a like on the video, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and make sure you check out One Expert, because they bring you these videos, they sponsor my videos. So make sure you check out One Expert. Use promo code Cossy Media for you to be able to redeem up to $130, just $130 on your first deposit. But you could also get up to 200% welcome bonus if you use my promo code Cossy Media. Link is down in the description. So let us get into it, and we will start off with Eduardo Camavinga reports that have been circulating over some time now. Now, according to Arsenal, they have said it's been reported in the past by Fabrizio Romano that Bissouma is not the #1 target for Arsenal this summer. It appears that Eduardo Camavinga is the man who is the priority for Arsenal, and Edu is currently working to get the deal done for the Frenchman. That is the first report I've looked at, and of course, if we go further, looking at reports, Camavinga is the priority of Arsenal, who have been very active behind the scenes for the past 2 months. PSG are also interested, but have a limited budget. That's according to Alex Bernard, who reported about that. And still moving forward, it was still Alex Bernard who said, yes, Arsenal, of course, they can pay dearly. Given the potential of Camavinga, they can take out the checkbook. PSG PSG for each part will be limited. Even more with the Hakimi file and the 70 million euros that Leonardo should let go. So that is what we know about Eduardo Camavinga at the moment. Many reports are still circulating that the deal is moving closer and closer and closer. And like I said, I think I reported this around 3 days ago, that it's gonna be more than one midfielder, more than one central midfielder that actually moves into that Arsenal side. Sambi Lokonga, a deal is very, very close. We shall discuss that in the next video. Arsenal very close to agreeing a deal between them and Anderlecht for Albert Sambi Lokonga. That has been confirmed, but we are also moving closer and closer to signing Eduardo Camavinga. Now, the first question I was asked when I talked about Sambi Lokonga and Camavinga was, Cossy, can you compare them? Are they the same player? Do they give you the same thing? And I think we are going to speak about that a little bit. But honestly, it's surprising, very, very surprising, that Arsenal have been working underground for 2 good months without a lot of noise, without a lot of speculation around this deal, because it's a deal that we have talked about around. I think 3 weeks ago. I mean, we just said Arsenal interested in Camavinga. It could be a 50 million deal. That's all. And now Alex Bernard says Arsenal will pay dearly because the player has a lot of potential. And then it answers my question when you actually it answers the question when you people ask me, Cossy, Camavinga and Albert Sambi Lokonga, who is the better player? Honestly, it's Camavinga. If you look at both players, they have the potential to become great world-class players. They have that potential. They're very highly rated young players. But in terms of quality, in terms of potential, in terms of if I'm gonna predict the future, it is for me. It is Eduardo Camavinga. He is the better player. So Arsenal working very hard underground to get in Camavinga is something good. You want someone who's who has a better skill set, like Fabrizio said. You want someone who has a better skill set to play with Thomas Partey. You want someone who has that ability to navigate the midfield, to make things exciting, to make things a little bit more fluid, to make things a little bit progressive. And for me, that is Eduardo Camavinga. And what I like about Camavinga, obviously, Sambi Lokonga also has the same qualities. But what you like about Camavinga is his ability to press, his ability to tackle, and his ability, to dispose. So he can actually form that wall, in front of the back four. Occasionally, if Thomas Partey has gone into advanced positions, but he's also very, very good in terms of going into advanced positions and then moving forward, and then creating those chances far deep from the midfield. So I think if Camavinga joins Arsenal, we will look at that lineup, how Arsenal could line up with Partey, Camavinga, Sambi Lokonga, and the rest. But if Camavinga joins Arsenal, then it could be a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. If you have Albert Sambi Lokonga, who I think is a little bit more of a traditional pivot player, then you could actually use him in a 4-2-3-1. Look, you could use him in a 4-3-3. They have, like I said, they're very young players. You could shift them into anything you like. Camavinga could turn into number 10. Look, he's a number 8, and that's what he is. But you could turn him into a number 10 because they are still young. And when you look at the valuation of Camavinga, which I think is not going to be 50 million euros, honestly, you have 1 year left on your contract. So Rennes are not in the best negotiating position. They're not in that in that position where they can say, you know what, we want 50 million pounds, we cannot reduce it. No, I think they will reduce it. There will be a compromise because he has 1 year left on his contract, and they're afraid that he could go for even cheaper in January 2022 or in the summer when he has an option to go for free. So Arsenal have a negotiating what should I call it? It's like a bait. I mean, is it a bait? Not really a bait, but you have something to blackmail Rennes with, and that's the fact that the player's contract is running down. And then Rennes also have the advantage because he's still a very young player. All they have to do is sit him down and tell him, you know what, we're gonna give you two more seasons. We're gonna give you a better contract, and we shall sell you to a better club like Real Madrid or Barcelona or whoever, or PSG. But PSG is interested, according to reports, and they're saying they have a limited budget. I think they'll be more interested in keeping Kylian Mbappe and getting in the likes of Achraf Hakimi. I think that is where their focus is. I've heard that they are more interested in the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know how true those rumors are. But look, I think we can get Camavinga, and it would be such a wonderful summer if you get Eduardo Camavinga, play him with Thomas Partey, and then you have Albert Sambi Lokonga waiting on the bench. That would be a complete midfield with the likes of Matteo Guendouzi leaving, with the likes of Mohamed Elneny also, having the possibility to leave the club. Then I expect at least 2 central midfielders to move in at Arsenal. But just a moment before we get lost into it. There's been a report by 90 Min, and this is what they've said, that the rebuild, which will be led by Edu, will primarily target younger players that have the potential to improve to improve and their value increase. The development of players into more expensive assets is a significant part of the Kroenke's willingness to spend big. That is according to 90 Min. Now, if you remember, I've seen a couple of YouTubers have picked up this story, but if you remember, it was 90 Min who came in and said, they came out and said Arsenal is gonna, it has been given a budget close to 250 million pounds. That's big money. That's really, really big money. But if you think about it honestly, there is no way the Kroenkes are going to give you money without terms and conditions. So the terms are, you've got to buy young players and develop them into more expensive assets so that we sell them later on. So it's again not about winning trophies, but I'm going to speak about this in a separate video, because I think the Kroenkes are not focusing on winning titles. What their focus is can we get in young players, groom them at Arsenal. Of course, if you bring in the likes of Camavinga, Sambi Lokonga, James Madison, and the others, if you bring them in, develop them for 2 years, that means the club will be qualifying for Champions League, the club will be qualifying for Europa League, and then sell them, then you make massive profits. I don't know. Look, this has been our business model before. I don't think it's changing. But anyway, let's talk about this in the mid-morning show. Terms and conditions the Kroenkes are setting for us to get investment. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.